With chapter 239 of course bringing us the amazing reactions to Isagi and Hiyori's super goal, it also brought along with it some hype for the upcoming PXG match. Before getting to actually see Isagi face off against Rin, the author instead chose to showcase the final moments of his domination versus Manshine City. This showcase holds a lot of valuable insight for not only the upcoming PXG match in Itoshi Rin, but also about Nagi Seishiro, Reo Mikage, and even CHIGRI HYOMA. Anyways, if you all enjoy these types of videos and would like to support the content grind, please be sure and check that you're subscribed to the channel, commenting on my videos, and feel free to even join the community Discord because that's just been revamped. As always, I hope you all continue to have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Itoshi Rin has absolutely dominated Manshine City, as chapter 239 gives us a glimpse into the Devourer's playtime. Scoring the new Egoist League's second hat-trick shutout, this glimpse that was shown of Rin did an amazing job in getting the community hyped and talking. The question on everyone's mind right now though, is what level has Itoshi Rin reached, and what kind of performance will he show against Bayern Munich? I'm just going to lightly cover this real quickly too, because the PXG full predictions video is coming very soon. Anyways, Itoshi Rin is going into the new Egoist League with nothing but hate in his heart. After going toe-to-toe with his brother Sai and finally believing to prove himself, he was once again broken into pieces. Itoshi Sai intentionally baited Rin with his wording here in an attempt to fuel him with hate, as he exclaims that Isagi Yoichi might actually be Japan's shining star and hope for football. After this, the only two other times Rin has spoken to Isagi have shown him on absolute demon timing, reminding him that they are rivals and also stating that he will kill him. Leaping forward to the end of the new Egoist League's first matchup of Bayern Munich versus FC Barca, we actually too then get a glimpse of how Itoshi Rin was doing with PXG. With Ego showing the players live footage from the second match, Itoshi Rin can be seen with possession of the ball right alongside Shidou Ryuesei, who's just behind him. Pulling back his leg right outside of the box though, Itoshi Rin then fires off his typical outside spin curve shot, as everyone at home was watching in anticipation. In his very first showing even way back then, the author chose to demonstrate him as having impressive field presence, as he had managed to score a brace against Italy's Ubers to win the game. Flashing forward now however to the recent chapter 239, Itoshi Rin that we're currently witnessing is one of a completely different magnitude. Going neck to neck with Nagi Seishiro himself, his eyes and mouth seem to be seeping out that exact same Devourer aura, to then even beat Nagi with his very own weapon, the ability of perfect trapping. Manshine City's players are just left in absolute shock. Itoshi Rin has bagged himself yet another 3 goals, scoring a flawless hat-trick against Manshine City. Now these few showings of him truly do give important insight to what role he will play, and let me explain why. The first show against Ubers displayed both he and Shidou on the field at the same exact time, however he still managed to snag the 2-goal brace for himself. Here in the present however, as we saw in 239, Itoshi Rin was solely the one responsible to dominate Manshine City. Even if we look at the new Egoist League's current bids, Itoshi Rin earned himself an offer from PXG for his brace against the Ubers, however Shidou Ryuesei's only offer is from Ajax. This seems to point towards Rin being the main ace for PXG, but we'll talk about the reasoning behind that in just one second. All the signs are also being shown of Itoshi Rin's original ego being reawakened, as that iconic Devourer aura was once again shown. This is potentially even what that spiral eye pattern represents that we once saw in the U20 game, as it slowly closed in as he reached further into this state, breaking down his opponents by using his knowledge of their personal abilities and strengths. I mean, it's worrying to even wonder what he'll do to Isagi. With his bid obviously about to skyrocket with a 100 million jump or more, some people are even saying that he's nearing or already at the new Generation 11 level. Make sure to let me know what your thoughts are on that, because I'm whipping up a video covering that topic right now. With so much of the recent talk regarding PXG being in reference to Itoshi Rin, a lot of the community is also wondering about their second ace, Shidou Ryuesei. Currently only having 1 goal in the new Egoist League, literally the only thing we know for sure is that Shidou did play against Italy's Ubers. Not only is he visible in the initial panel we see of the game, his bid from Ajax is due to the single goal that he scored. A lot of people seem to be confused with his sudden disappearance, because in both the third selection and the U20 arc, this player was an absolute menace. What Ego said about Shidou though might explain what is going on, as he once said that nobody in all of Blue Lock could handle that ego. Apart from his aggressive, combative nature, Shidou Ryuesei also simply just plays in his own interesting way, which makes it nearly impossible for the average person to sync up. The answer to his Neo Egoist League absence could really be as simple as that. Shidou is simply just too wild of a player to even fit on PXG. While I am pitching this as one of the possible reasons, I believe that the next 2 theories are far more plausible. Firstly, that hot-headed temper of his could easily be the main factor on why he didn't play against Manshine. He could have easily picked up a red card early on into the match for trying to fight with someone as usual, or Loki could have simply just benched him due to his temperamental outburst against Rin. Now, while funny to think about and reminisce on the times he was dishing out the smoke, this third and final theory is more likely the real factor. Jolie and Loki simply could be giving these players exactly what they desire, working to hone only what they want. Apart from Lavinho, who promotes a creative and free playstyle, the other Master Strikers are all focusing on very specific parameters that they want to train based on. I believe that Jolie and Loki could very well understand the mindset of all of these young upcoming prodigies, and so I expect them to be tailoring their training to exactly what their goals are. More often than not, the main person who can tell you what your weakness is the very person who operates your mind and body, you. Apart from Zantetsu and Tokimitsu probably needing a little helping push, the rest of PXG's stacked roster are mature enough players who have specific goals that they want to pursue. In Itoshi Rin's case, his one driving factor going into the new Egoist League is to murder and destroy Isagi. It's possible that after learning his intentions and goals in the NEL, Loki formulated a plan that would work best for both Itoshi Rin and Shido. With their first match against the Ubers, Loki would let the two aces run wild on the field at the same time, which obviously led to a Rin brace and a singular Shido goal. Over PXG's break during the second week, it was then decided that Itoshi Rin would play solely against Manshine as a sort of last warm-up before Isagi. In complete honesty, it's likely that he could just view playing against Barca as a complete waste of time. This will allow Shido to have his equal opportunity as he will play all by himself against Barca, also allowing Rin an extra training period just before facing his rival. This would then allow Shido to boost his value more obviously based on his lone performance there, which would then even out the final NEL rankings just a bit more. Let me know what you all think about this little theory here, as I'm interested in why you all think Shido did not score and was not shown. Could he have really been on the field the entire time and was simply just outclassed by Itoshi Rin? Speaking of being outclassed by Rin, a lot of people have been talking about Reo Mikage and Nagi Seishiro. With them having absolutely zero impact in their matchup against Frances PXG, I long theorized Nagi FALLOFF is finally here. Starting firstly with why Nagi himself needs this kid literally started playing a couple months ago and has now been scoring flute goals like 5 shots since the start of the series. Now when I say flute goals, I do not mean in any way that Nagi is untalented or not deserving of worthy praise. He's absolutely one of Blue Lock's most creative and versatile strikers, however he does just have this one fatal flaw that's holding him back. Nagi Seishiro is completely dependent on somebody else's goals and ambitions, as we never see him trying purely for his own sake. His relationship with Reo Mikage and his overall lack of the grind set is what has halted his development, and will continue to do so all because of Itoshi Rin now. With his own spin-off novel highlighting the inner thoughts and monologue of both he and Reo, I don't believe that Nagi Seishiro will be going anywhere too soon though. Manshine City will still have their 2 matchups against both Barou and the Ubers, and also Batsura and FC Barca. This should give Nagi and Reo ample time to make some adjustments and hopefully bounce back a little. I'm guessing that Nagi is going to get his get back against Italy and the Ubers because that's where his rival Barou is, leaving Reo to hopefully get some goals against FC Barca. I'll be talking far more in depth about these off-screen and future NEL matchups very soon in the video, so feel free and comment now on what matches you want me to talk about. Now finally, before we end today's video, you already know that we have to talk about the one person who scored from Manshine. Chigiri once again has proven that his 44 Panther Snipe formula is indeed reproducible, and even viable against high-level opponents. Honestly, Chigiri has been one of the most underrated Blue Lockers for the longest time, and especially out of the egotistical 4. Like we discussed earlier this week in my bid video, Chigiri should be getting a decent vid for what we can assume to be a pretty super goal. Obviously, there's still the Ubers and Barca match too, where Nagi and Reo will no longer be given all the spotlight, so Chigiri might end up closing the NEL with a top 5 spot too. I honestly really do wish Nagi would have gone off alone to FC Barca with Reo still going to Manshine. It would have not only balanced out the teams a little bit more, but definitely would have made both characters better overall and both matches more interesting. Chigiri and Reo could have had more personal development during the Manshine match, and the same goes for Nagi and Batsura during the FC Barca match. Let me know what you guys think about if this happened, and maybe even if I should make a what if video on it. Anyways, you guys are gonna want to be tuning into the channel tomorrow very early in the morning, Central Standard Time. Blue Lock 240 spoilers should be dropping then, and I not only will be dropping a video on it, but we'll be reading it once again on stream and discussing its contents. If you guys would like to support me just because you're like that, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, commenting on my videos, and even join the community Discord because like I said, we've just revamped that. I hope to see you all for tomorrow's spoiler video and stream, and please have an amazing day.